Strength and Motion Academy. Today we're going to cover the pull-up. It's one of our favourite upper body pulling movements and we consider it a primary movement in the gym. Today I'm going to work with Josh. I'm going to show you a few of the main cues and how we sort of get our client from not being able to do a pull-up to being able to execute really well. So there's a few things we have to consider first in the pull-up, and that's the we're pulling from our lats and we're pulling with our low traps, and that's going to ensure we're always completing a good rep. So I'm going to get Josh up on the bar. First thing we want to consider in a pull-up is our hand position, and it's pretty hard to see. We'll get some B-roll of this, but Josh has got his palm on the bar. That means he's in a good position to pull, and later on in more advanced progressions such as the muscle up, Josh is in a good position to pull. Second thing we're going to worry about is having a tight core. So if I come up to Josh here and give him a slap, his core's on. And what we see, that brings his toes in front of the bar, puts him in a good center of gravity. From here, before Josh pulls, we're going to get him to depress his shoulder blades. And as we see, Josh is going to pull his body upwards, and that's going to put him in a good position to pull. So even if you're coaching a client, occasionally we'll get them to do a few reps of that, just so they understand the movement. So now I'll get Josh to depress. I'm getting him to pull himself up to the bar while maintaining depression, and then come down with control. There's a couple of ways we can execute from here. One is to maintain depression and constant tension and go through a few more reps. Or you can actually relax into a dead hang, reset the lats and low traps, and go for another rep. So from here, do I do other variations?
I need a rest part, that's what
Yeah, have a rest, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the fundamentals of the pull-up, we're going to cover some of the main issues that we see when people execute the pull-up. One of those first mistakes we see people make is pulling with their fingers. This, opposed to the palm, is not a strong position. It doesn't send tension and irradiation down into our target muscle groups. That just means you're not getting a good pull. The second mistake we see people make is actually not depressing with their shoulder blades and pulling from the lats. So if we get Josh back up on the bar, and I'm going to get Josh to do a rep without depressing. So as we see Josh at the top of the rep, he's actually in a very shrugged position. And that means the lat's not being engaged, the low traps aren't being engaged, and he's pulling with his rotator cuffs and his teres major, which is not ideal. Have a little rest. The last mistake we see people make is actually not engaging the front of their core. This can lead to the back muscles being recruited a little bit too much and putting some undue stress on the low back. So if you're up on the bar and you do a pull-up and you're loose and see your rib cage flaring, that's a disaster for a bad time. So always make sure that your core's tight before you do every rep. Is that alright?
Yeah, it just feels weird doing bad.
Just
I like
snappy,
the
man.
wrong
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. Good.
Number 4, keeping.
Fourth mistake we see when people attempt to pull up is actually kipping or not initiating with the right muscle groups. And we see this a lot when people actually try to cheat their way up to the bar. They try and throw themselves up with their knees, or they try and swing to get to the bar. That means we don't have tension in the right muscle groups and we're at risk of hurting ourselves. So try to do your worst on here, Josh. Don't be mistaken, in CrossFit sometimes people do this intentionally, but we're coaching the strict pull-up today.
Tried doing a kick.